This is the moment the Chosen has been moving toward since the very first episode. Season 6 does not begin with hope rising or miracles unfolding. It begins with silence, tension, and a feeling that something sacred is about to be broken. Episode 1 does not ease the audience back into the story. It pulls us straight into the darkness, where decisions have already been made and there is no turning back. This is the hour when loyalty collapses, truth is ignored, and love chooses suffering without resistance. What begins here will not be easy to watch, but it was never meant to be. Season 6, Episode 1 opens in a world that already feels uneasy. The warmth that once followed Jesus and his disciples is gone. In its place is fear, tension, and a sense that time is running out. The disciples can feel it. Conversations are short. Glances last longer than words. Everyone senses that something final is approaching, even if they are afraid to say it out loud. Jesus stands at the center of this growing storm, yet he is calm in a way that unsettles everyone around him. This is not the calm of someone unaware of danger. It is the calm of someone who understands exactly what is coming and has chosen not to run from it. While the disciples struggle to make sense of events, Jesus has already accepted the path ahead. There is confusion among his followers. Some want to fight, others want to hide. A few are still hoping that something will change at the last moment. But hope feels fragile now. The joy that once defined their journey has been replaced by uncertainty. Every step feels heavy, as if the ground itself knows what is about to happen. When Jesus is arrested, it does not unfold as a dramatic struggle. There is no grand resistance. Instead, there is shock. The disciples expect him to speak, to defend himself, to do what he has always done before, but he doesn't. His silence is intentional. He knows words will not change hearts that have already decided the outcome. This moment breaks something inside the disciples. Their understanding of who Jesus is and what following him means begins to crack. They believed faith would protect them. Now they realize faith may demand more than they ever imagined. Episode 1 makes it clear from the beginning. This season will not rush past pain. It will sit with it. It will ask the audience to feel the weight of injustice and the cost of obedience. This night is not just the start of suffering. It is the point where everything changes and nothing can go back to the way it was. As Episode 1 moves forward, Jesus is brought before powerful religious leaders. The atmosphere is cold and controlled. These men are not searching for truth. They are protecting their authority. The decision has already been made. The questions asked are not meant to understand Jesus, but to trap him. Jesus listens as accusations are placed in front of him. His calm stands in sharp contrast to the tension filling the room. Again, he chooses silence. Not because he is afraid, but because speaking would only feed their plans. His quiet exposes their insecurity. Power hates being ignored, and the more silent he becomes, the more desperate they grow. False witnesses are brought in, their words conflicting, their stories weak. But logic no longer matters. Justice has already left the room. What matters now is speed. They need this finished before doubt creeps in, before conscience has time to speak. The disciples are watching from a distance, torn between love and fear. Staying close now carries a cost. Each step forward risks everything. Peter, once so confident, feels himself shrinking under pressure. He wants to be loyal, but fear is louder than courage in this moment. This section of the episode is quiet, but devastating. There are no heroic speeches, no dramatic victories, just tension stretching thinner with every second. Jesus does not argue for his innocence. He allows the injustice to unfold. And that choice forces everyone watching to confront a difficult truth. Sometimes silence is not weakness, but obedience. By the end of this section, the audience understands something clearly. Jesus is not losing control. He is giving it up willingly. And that decision sets the entire season into motion. The story shifts as Jesus is brought before Roman authority. What was once hidden now becomes public. Pilate enters the picture as a man caught between truth and convenience. He sees no real crime in Jesus. He recognizes the manipulation, yet he also understands the danger of resisting the crowd. Pilate hesitates. He asks questions. He looks for a way out. But hesitation is not courage. The pressure builds and the crowd grows louder. Emotion replaces reason. Anger replaces thought. The choice is no longer about justice, but about control. When the crowd is given the option between Jesus and Barabbas, the moment feels unreal in its cruelty. They choose what feels familiar. They choose chaos over righteousness. Barabbas represents rebellion they understand. Jesus represents a truth that challenges them. And so the decision is made quickly and without reflection. Pilate washes his hands, believing distance will free him from responsibility. But the episode makes one thing clear. Walking away does not erase guilt. Silence and avoidance are choices too. Jesus is mocked, humiliated, treated as entertainment. The cruelty is slow and deliberate, not exaggerated, not rushed. The episode wants the audience to feel the discomfort, to understand how injustice often hides behind tradition and laughter. This moment seals everything. Justice collapses not because of one decision, but because many people choose safety over truth. And Jesus continues forward, fully aware, fully present, without resistance. As the episode continues, the focus turns inward. Betrayal and fear take center stage. Judas is no longer acting in secret. His decision weighs heavily on him. The silver he received offers no peace. Instead, it becomes a constant reminder that some choices cannot be undone. Peter's struggle is different, but just as painful. He stays close, yet not close enough. Fear surrounds him. When questioned, his denial comes quickly, not from hatred, but from panic. Each denial breaks him further, leaving him ashamed and lost. The disciples are not portrayed as villains. They are frightened men watching everything fall apart. The episode allows space for their weakness without judgment. Loyalty sounds strong in safe moments. Under threat, it becomes fragile. Jesus knows all of this. He knows who betrayed him. He knows who will deny him. And still, his love does not change. He does not expose them. He does not condemn them. His compassion remains steady, even as everyone else pulls away. This section reminds the audience that suffering is not only physical. Being abandoned by those you love cuts deeper than violence. Jesus is surrounded by people, yet completely alone. And that loneliness is part of what he chooses to carry. As episode 1 comes to an end, there is no comfort offered, no escape, only acceptance. Jesus stands alone, yet unbroken. The world believes it has won. The authorities believe the problem is solved. The disciples believe they have failed, but none of them truly understand what they are witnessing. This episode closes with quiet finality. The night has passed, but the darkness remains. Every character now stands on the path they have chosen. Regret follows some. Confidence misleads others. And Jesus moves forward, fully aware of what lies ahead. His silence in these final moments is powerful. He does not need to explain himself. Truth does not require defense. For now, his role is to endure. And endurance, as this episode shows, is not passive. It is intentional and costly. Season 6 makes its promise clear from the very first episode. This journey will be slow, painful, and honest. It will not offer easy answers. Episode 1 does not ask the audience to watch casually. It asks them to remain present. The cross is no longer distant. It is opposing. And Season 6 begins not with hope restored, but with faith tested. This is the point of no return, and The Chosen makes sure the audience feels the full weight of it before moving forward.